Yes. Okay. Hello.
Hello. Hi. We are live on Instagram over here,
Yes.
all other platforms here.
Instagram platforms.
Yes. And back on another Tuesday live stream episode, a series that,
Mm,
yeah,
Let
are you
me
with me?
just fix my name. Yes, I see that my name somehow get.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very weird. Let's see why. How
Yeah.
do we change it?
Perfect. While
Uh,
you're fixing that, I can just say a few words for everybody that's on. This is a series where every time Mayor doesn't really know the topic that we're going into. So this is like I present it to him and he answers off the cuff. And of course, your questions he answers as we go. So if you have questions, please ask, be involved, say hello in the chat. The more interactive, the better. And yes, Kurt, it's great to have you here. And one thing that I always say as a disclaimer while Mayor figures this out is that the answers that Mayor gives are not always what you expect. It's not what everybody says. It's different. It might come at you in a way that you don't agree at first. But if you give it a chance and let it expand your mind, as many people say it does, you'll find that it will actually bring an improvement. Just let the medicine work.
yeah,
And
let the
I love
medicine
that line. Yeah, I love that line.
work.
So, hi Anna, nice to have you here, and hi Ali on Instagram. So, yes, today's topic, which first I'm going to do the popular saying segment, but just to introduce it today, what we're talking about is how do you spot red flags? How do you spot fake people, fake business partners, fake friends, and what's this whole thing around reading a person's energy? What does that really mean? So that's the topic. But first, my question is what we always do is a little segment where we take a popular saying and we kind of handle it. The popular saying for today is the saying, knowledge is power.
Mhm. Okay.
And which I think has a lot of merit, but I think that there's some nuance as to why it's not always true. So, what's your viewpoint? Is that a true saying or not a true saying? Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is knowledge.
Okay.
Like a spoon is not a fork. Like a
Hmm.
car is not a vehicle.
Uh-huh.
Like a body is not a spirit.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when
I
someone
see.
says knowledge is power, probably what they mean is that it's the end result of knowledge is power, but it's not correct. Because
Mm.
what is power?
Yeah. I mean, I know the answer, yes,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
but
Yes.
people would
Yes.
say, "Oh, power is an ability to bring about a result." Like if I have knowledge on how to be a good chef, I'll have the power to create great food.
Okay. So the definition of power there is the ability to.
The ability to. Okay, yeah, I suppose, yes.
It's enabling something. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
So power in that definition is maybe knowledge is assisting you. Yes.
Mhm.
So knowledge raise the control, which bring about the expected result, the income.
Mhm.
So you can say
Yes.
that knowledge, the result of having more knowledge, is increasing the control to, and by that bringing about more and more and more of the expected results.
Mhm.
But actually, the end result of knowledge is knowingness, is the ability to create, the ability to bring something out of nothing.
Wow.
So it's not power, because power already says power is just the ability to hold the position in space.
Okay.
If I can hold the position in space, Archimedes said that if he would give him a point to rest the liver on, he can pick up the world. Yes. So what
Aha.
he meant is give me a stable datum, give me a position in space, give me the ability to hold the position in space, and I can pick up anything, I can create any lever.
I see.
So knowledge don't give that to you.
Yeah, I
Knowledge
see.
actually, it's a gradient scale towards a point where you can create, because at the beginning you get knowledge, you get knowledge, you get knowledge, and you improve and you improve and you improve, but you're still not amazing. But at one point you learn how to play guitar and you get knowledge and knowledge and knowledge and knowledge, and at one point you just know, so you can create.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So end result of knowledge, or the purpose of knowledge, is not to use the knowledge but to invent new knowledge.
I can totally see that. That makes
Result
sense.
of knowledge is not to use knowledge. So when you use knowledge, it's giving you an ability to bring about control, which means you're already dealing with what has been created. You're already limited. Okay, so I can create this company, but it is within what already I can control this company, but it's within the limitation of this company. I can control the ball within the limitation of the laws or the rules of the game of basketball.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Imagine that you can create a totally new game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Understand?
And yes, yeah.
So knowledge is not power.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Knowledge is just a gradient scale towards increasing your control over something, and by that, bringing the expected result in a more efficient way. So
I love that. Yeah.
So knowledge opened the door to improvement in bringing about the expected result in a more efficient way. But the end result, the purpose of knowledge is creation, is knowingness. Is the ability to create. The end result of knowledge, or the purpose of knowledge is the ability to put you in a position when you can create, when you can bring something out of nothing. So you can say the end result of knowledge is art.
Ah, that's really beautiful. That was an amazing answer. And also, profoundly, the angle on power being the ability to hold your position in space, which is also very, very, very powerful to know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
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 Yeah. If you look at anything, if you dance, is your stance. If you do karate, is your stance. If you have a company, can external forces move you, or you move them? You talk to a client, do you move his viewpoint, or does he move your viewpoint?
Exactly.
You need to do something. Is that thing move you, so you are in effect, or you hold the position in space so you can move the other thing? Can you dictate something? You can dictate things only if you can hold your position in space. The only
Amazing.
reason,
Yeah.
if I put an engine on a water without a boat, just an engine on the water, it will not create any force, because it will turn with itself. If I put an engine without tying it to some kind of a base, if you take an engine and you turn it on and you did not tie it to a base, it will turn around itself and it will not create any force, any power. Yes.
1000%. Yeah. Yeah. 100%. No, brilliant. Okay, great. So that's the end of today's episode. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. No, that was great. And Kokoyo here on Instagram said the end result of knowledge is art. Yeah, yeah, amazing. And Tyra Goes said, Mr. Ezra, is Gal your son? Yes, I am indeed
Yes.
his
He's
son.
very
Yes,
much my son.
very much so. And then Curtis said, wow, the end result of knowledge is knowingness. That's so amazing. Curtis said, wow, super incredible answer on all fronts. Amazing. And yeah, exactly, Curtis. Like a helicopter with no rear rotor. Yeah, amazing. Great. Okay. That was an amazing kickstart. Now we're diving into the real topic. Up till now was just a warm-up. So
Yeah.
the real topic is all around, first of all, energy. That's the first thing, because people say, like, I read somebody's energy wrong, or I'm very connected to the energy that I feel from someone, or they gave off a bad energy. And let's understand, what do they mean by that, and what's the truth around that? And furthermore, how do you spot fake people, fake friends, fake partners? What are these red flags, these indicators that you need to, like, whoa, be aware of? That's the whole topic. Let's start with energy.
Okay. So maybe I'll start from the end. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The end is like that. The simplicity of people can be totally 100% evaluated by their willingness.
Their
High
willingness.
willingness,
Hmm.
high willingness, amazing people. Low willingness, useless people.
Yeah.
What is the most unwilling thing in the universe is a stone.
Hmm.
It's
True.
very
Yeah.
unwilling. Yes, it's
Yeah.
very
It
unwilling.
doesn't. Yeah.
Yes, water
Yeah.
is much more willing than stone.
Mm. Yeah, because
People
it can
are more
take.
willing. Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
can
can
take
take.
any shape. Willing, you put it in this cup, it's okay with
Yeah,
it. You put it in
it's
that
like
one, I'll do.
so
Yeah.
it's more powerful. Yes,
True.
and people are more willing than water. Although there are some people that are less willing than stones.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
That's
really
true.
want a very, very quick, easy, throw to someone and tell him, let's go, Baba. Is he willing or not? Does he think about, no problem? Give him a problem. Does he immediately get all messed up and become a different person? Or does he say, of course, no problem. We can do that and we can do that. And yes, of course, this is this. Or, and he can say, look, I'm not going to do that, but you can do this and this and this and that. But he will stay totally willing.
Yeah, that
It
makes
is the
sense.
first indication that your relationship are breaking is the willingness starting to go down.
Hmm.
It is so easy to see, but people justifying why the other person is unwilling and why you are not willing. So
Absolutely.
it's not something exterior. Willingness is 100% you, has nothing to do with something else. Willingness
Wait,
do not
wait.
mean that you even can do.
Oh, I see. So my willingness my willingness has 100% to do with me, and it doesn't
Yes,
necessarily mean that I even can, but I'd be willing to. And
exactly.
yes, that makes sense. And then when you said that there's justifications essentially about around willingness, why I can do or someone else can do. What do you mean by that? What would be an example of that?
Well, example of that, the best thing is you come to something to someone with something and he get upset.
Hmm.
Somehow he get upset. And what do you see at that moment? You see a person that is unwilling. He justify it by his emotions. I don't like it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes.
I
I did
see.
my best. Don't do your best. Do
Yeah.
what's needed. Your best
Right.
is nothing. It's only useless people do their best.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
understand?
And what about a
A stone
situation?
do its best. Yes, it's the stone do
Yeah,
its best. Yes.
true.
So you
Yeah.
will see, you will actually see that there is when a person, for example, tell you I don't have time. You know that the less time a person have, the more he operate like a physical thing.
Hmm.
Is
Hmm.
an effect. Is unwilling to change because time is the result of you bringing change.
Yes. Yes. I see. That's also, we should do a whole thing on time. But yes, yeah, because that's a major statement. Time is the result of you being willing to change. That's we
Yeah.
could go off. We could go off on that topic. Yeah. Okay. I'll resist too. The question I have
You
though.
bring about change. Yes.
Say again.
Not you willing to change. You willing to bring about change.
Time is the result of you being willing to bring about change.
Yes.
I
You'll see
see.
that everything in life has to do with willingness. Everything. How much
And
money you have,
yeah.
how much you're willing to have money. How
Hmm.
much love? How much love you're willing to experience? How powerful you are in the gym? How much you are willing to pick up?
Hmm.
How
Hmm.
much weight you're willing to push? If
Yeah,
you're willing, it doesn't mean that I can, but I'm willing. So I will be there again and again and again and again, and I will show up because I'm willing.
that's true. And
And
you
if
said
not,
something
I
to
will not
me.
show up.
And say again. Sorry.
And if I'm not, I will not show up even.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. You said something to me at dinner the other day, which was amazing. Which you said, look, the willingness is actually willingness to have barriers.
Yeah.
That's the actual willingness, and that's amazing. That
Yes.
what are you willing to? What when you say willing, what are you willing to have? Barriers. That's
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
what you're willing to have.
The only thing you can have is barriers.
The only thing you can have is barriers.
Yes.
What can I have freedom though? I can have a freedom to fly.
Mhm. No, no, you don't have
No?
freedom. Yeah, you have what you have is actually barriers.
Hmm. So
Yeah.
what does it mean if I have a freedom?
This is what you do and
Ah,
what you
okay.
be and so sorry, what you be and what you do is the purposes. So
Oh,
you
okay.
being freedom, you're being free, you do purposes, and you have barriers.
Hmm. Aha. Okay.
And it's
Okay.
totally crazy. It's totally crazy because the more freedom you have, the more you're willing to be,
True.
the more purposes, the more you'll be willing to do. And once you're doing, what do? You move things in the physical universe. You're moving barriers. You
Hmm.
cannot do without a barrier.
Yeah, that's true. Because do against what? Towards what? Yeah, I see.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see. I see. And now, what about we were talking earlier about sometimes
Unbelievable.
it really is unbelievable that each of these topics is really major. Okay,
And
before actually,
on each word, we can do a whole
yeah,
seminar,
yeah, that's
an
I
interview.
know. I know. I'm trying to like keep myself directed onto this, yeah, because we can go off track. But that's beyond powerful. And I'll just read quickly here on Instagram. Kokoyo asked, if you're 100% willing to do something, does the ability follow? Being willing but not able, leading to being able. He's thinking about Cape Town. He wants to come to Cape Town, has many barriers around it, different barriers that come up. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
the question.
So first of all, there's something very interesting that you you never, never, never don't lose your ability. You have endless ability. You can create. You can bring something out of nothing. But what you lose is your willingness to demonstrate your ability.
Okay. Hmm.
This is really unbelievable. You never lose your ability. You
Hmm.
lose your willingness to demonstrate it. How do I know? Because when someone cannot do something, if I put a gun to his head, he can.
True.
I heard the other day a story. I think maybe you told me or Neo told me. I don't remember. Someone told me about this trainer that was training this lady, and he figured out he she didn't improve. She didn't improve. She didn't improve. So what he did, he created the weight that looked exactly like the other weights.
Uh-huh.
So, and he put on the bench press exactly the other weight. It says, let's say 2.5 kilo, but it was 10 kilo.
Hmm.
And he said, okay, fine, we're going to put the same weight. And she saw it's the same weight. And he said, okay, we're going to do exactly the same weight. Are you ready? And for weeks or months, she couldn't improve. And she's done it with 10 kilos, 7.5 kilo in each side more, which is a lot
Hmm.
when you're talking about the maximum of a person. And she's done it without a person and without a problem. And he was saying that he figured out how to improve people ability to push more weight is by cheating them on what is the weight that they're actually doing, which means the ability is there, but you are unwilling. You decide that you have a consideration that said, that's all I'm willing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Wow. I totally amazing. I mean, that's mind blowing. So for his question, where he says, if you're 100% willing to do something, does the ability follow?
Of
Because
course.
he's 100% willing to come to Cape Town, but there's some inability there in different
There's no,
aspects
there's no,
of
there's
life.
no inability. The lie is this inability. There's still an unwillingness. So, and I will
Hmm.
explain. You give someone a problem, and he has a certain amount of willingness. So because he has a certain amount of willingness, he has certain amount of solutions.
Hmm.
But any problem has in the unlimited number of solutions. Any
Yes.
problem
Hmm.
has unlimited number of solutions. And when someone says, I've tried everything, he's lying because he tried 0.00001. How much you're trying, how much you're willing. If you are willing, you will come up with a plan.
True. Absolutely.
You'll come up with a plan, and the barriers will become whoop, nothing. It's not that will become nothing. The size will stay the same. Let me go here. The size
Hmm.
will stay the same. Yes, the size
Yeah.
will stay the same, but the feeling will be like it's nothing.
Yes. Yeah. For
That's
you,
what
it'll
she
be
said.
nothing. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. That's what she said. That's great. And my question was going to be, and by the way, Anita here said, amazing. You touch on so many core things and always touch my heart. Wow, beautiful.
Wow, Anita. Wow.
And Arjuna said, well, I'll get to Arjuna in a second. And Curtis said, the whole live stream is beyond wow. I agree.
Thank
And
you.
then before my question, Arjuna said, how do you increase our willingness despite all our emotions and feelings?
Okay, so the first thing to increase the willingness is to understand the principle. Because once I expose the lie that you are actually able and you're just not willing to demonstrate your ability, and once you realize that willingness is just a matter of decision, it's like nothing. Okay, fine, I'm willing.
Hmm.
Okay, I want you. You hate meat. Let's say you're vegetarian, and all of a sudden there's something, and you say, okay, fine, I'm willing to. Your son life depends if you eat chicken today. Now you're
Yeah.
willing, you eat the chicken, yes? Before that, you will throw out and you will have a big show, blah, blah, blah. Yes? So,
Hmm.
how do you increase the willingness? Number one, understanding. And number two, put the call, throw the call on the purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the call on the purpose, and the willingness will go up. And you understand the willingness is the willingness to have barriers. So
Hmm.
if I say, okay, this is what I want to achieve, immediately you'll know what you need to do. You'll have a purpose. Immediately you'll have a purpose, and immediately you'll be able to make yourself fall in love with what you need to do. Which mean, what does it mean? You will have the freedom to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's incredible. And you know what I find interesting also is when you say, this is what I want to have, and we've established that have is the barriers, it's actually pretty fascinating because many people say they want to have money and cars and success and a family and all that's whatever is the end result, but what they're really saying is, without realizing, is barriers and barriers and barriers and barriers and barriers. So by having big dreams, big results that you want to achieve, what you're really saying without you realizing, and you don't actually realize that you're saying it, is what you're going for is big barriers, actually, because if that's the have is barriers.
Yeah, and if you don't know that it's a barrier, you will not have it. If
Exactly.
you want a big house and you don't actually understand that what you're asking for is a major barriers,
Hmm.
achieve the big house, you will
Yeah.
not have a big.
100%. That makes sense.
So how much
Yeah.
money people have? As much as they need. What does it mean, as much as they need? A person decide that he has a certain amount of barriers that he needs to make his life interesting,
Hmm.
and that's how
And no
much he
more
will.
than that. Yeah.
No more, no more.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to create these barriers. So this person that want to come to Cape Town, if he will say, okay, I'm coming, here is a deposit. I don't have the money. I don't know how, but this is deposit, non-refundable. He will force you. You want to give him refund? We say, no, non-refundable. Believe me, he will find a way.
Everything will align. Yes. And by
From God or from Jesus or from Moses, depend if you want to invest or to save,
yeah.
because Jesus saved, but Moses invest. Yes, but depends what. But you understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
It will,
For sure.
it will work.
Absolutely. And yeah, I that makes total sense to me. Ashley said, amazing. The only gold available on the internet. Yeah. Thank you, Ashley. And Kokoyo asked, he didn't understand what you meant with the word, throw the coal, by the way. The word is coal on the purpose. He read it as call, like call, throw the call on the purpose. It's just
That's
the
my accent.
accent. Yeah. What is meant is
That's
throwing the
that's why I have
coals.
children.
That's why, yeah, that's why
When
I'm
I have
here.
children, yeah,
Yeah.
to translate.
It's taken me 34 years of studying under him to decode the accent. But yes, what it means is coal, right? Throwing the coals on the purpose, pour the coals on, ignite the purpose,
Yeah.
and it will align.
Fuel it, like put
Fuel.
fire on the purpose.
Yeah, great. So now, so we've understood that the way to read and help. First of all, the way to read people really is by seeing their level of willingness.
Yeah, that's the first thing. That's the first
Yes.
indication. It's quite easy, and you can set up. You meet a person, and you tell him you're a dancer. Yes, I'm
Hmm.
dancing. So I meet a person, totally new person, and I'm a lead, and she's a follow, and I see how much resistance she gives me. She and the same resistance that she gives me, she give it for everything else in life.
Yeah.
As a lead, you learn a new move. How much resistance you have to the move? How long it takes you until you duplicate the move? That's
Right.
the resistance that you give in life.
Okay.
So
And
your
now,
rate of learning is just an indication of willingness. So everything you look in your life is an indication of your willingness. It's just quite amazing that everything is around this willingness.
hmm,
Big willingness, small problems. Like nothing is a problem for you.
right.
Low willingness, everything is a problem. Everything 7 years. The difference between one person's speed to another person's speed is how much he's willing. Not if he knows, not if he's good, not if his body is good or not. It's just willingness. Because the willing person will do it again and again and again and again, and he will learn. And within 3 weeks, every new move will be easy for him.
Hmm.
The unwilling person will never start to play the guitar. It's too difficult.
True.
The unwilling person don't show up. So he's not showing up for life. So he behaves more like a stone, more like a physical universe item than a being. And there's a range between a being, creator, all the way down to a physical universe item. So when you
Hmm.
don't have time, you don't have life. When you don't have money, you don't have life. When you see a problem as a big problem, you acting as a stone. So what do you want to be, a stone or you?
That's the question. That's it. That's exactly it. And how do you help someone that, like, I have a friend. Let's say I'll see a friend on the weekend, and
I have a
it's
friend.
I have a friend. I have a friend. Yeah, and at the end of the day, right? They're like they haven't gotten a chance to eat, and they're overwhelmed with 30,000 things, and you see that because you mentioned that somebody unwilling, the everything will be, there'll be a lot of emotions, there'll be many excuses, there'll be a lot of things happening, but they want to, but they're just overwhelmed, and there's so much,
They
and you
don't
see
want.
that they're
They don't want.
okay.
You what you have is what you want.
Mm. Hmm. Okay. Even
Okay.
if they're overwhelmed and they have every reason, and things didn't go right today, and they bumped their car, and they
It makes them so important. It's somehow in a crazy way it helps them.
I see.
You
So
went
how do you
bankrupt,
help
it helps
someone?
you. How do
You
you help
went
someone like
Yeah.
that? You went bankrupt, it helps you. You do it, it helps you. It may help you to stop something that you do that is not ethical. It may help you to deliver a message to your sister. It may help you to whatever. It's not logical, but it helps you.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
how do you help them? First of all, you teach them this principle. And
Yeah.
second, they need to learn. They need to learn. If they don't learn with us, and it's not, it's just a fact. If they don't learn with us, even God will not help them. And
Mm.
because I see people that I help, I have a person that or I have a few people, or lots of people that I'm helping, but I have a person that I'm helping specifically, and I'm thinking about him at the moment, that he was really very smart person, like sharp, high IQ, educated, good looking, sexy, loving, everything going for him. But he was depressed.
Hmm.
Not because he was married, yes.
You would think that that would be, oh, it's
The
yeah,
wise.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but he was depressed. He was extremely depressed all the time.
Hmm.
And through this learning, he removed whatever was holding him back, and the willingness shot to the sky, and the opportunities open, and the jobs came, and and the children, and the wife, and everything just conspired to help him now.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And he's so powerful that you say, how could he hold himself so low? Because it's very difficult. It's like perfect, like the closest to perfection you think. Like really good looking, amazing, strong athlete, smart. He speaks so nicely. Like everything goes for him. Without this knowledge, everything around is set up to mess you up. And I'm not, everything around is set up to mess you up, to hold you in the jail called earth. And it will hold you with a lot of pain. And it will make sure that you will believe that you are useless, that it's dangerous. So you will not be willing. And the less willing you will be, the more barriers, the more problems you will have. And the more problems you will have, the less you will feel that there's no purpose. And the less purpose you have, the more you will feel that there's no freedom. You cannot do nothing about it. What can I do? I've tried everything. And
Hmm.
you will become lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower until you become a stone. Really, you behave like a stone. You don't move. You don't eat sometimes. Or even if you eat, it's on automatic. You don't
Yeah.
actually eat because you don't want to, but you do. And so you deteriorate to such a level that, and the only way that I know of to take people and actually help them, not feel good for 30 minutes, go to, or for 3 days, go to a seminar, yeah, come back very happy for a week, and then nothing happened. No, I'm talking about actual improvement is with what we teach, and I have zero doubt about it. There is nothing more important than that. I'm not
Absolutely.
exaggerating.
Yeah, and I think even with that guy, the amazing improvements are wow, but even more than that is thinking about what would have been the alternative had this intervention, quote unquote, of the knowledge not happened. And that's the big thing. And that's true for every person listening is what's the current trajectory of your life? But then, of course, my question would be, or what they might think is, okay, so Mayor, of course you're going to say that you're the solution. Why is it you or the way that will turn me around? Yes, you have results, but
No, because the spirits still know. Because you hear me, you see that it's not all the nonsense that everyone else. Lately I've been doing a
Mhm.
lot of podcast interview. Hadar organized me, I don't know, too many podcast interview, a lot.
Yeah,
And the common denominator to all those people that interviewed me is like, look, I've been doing hundreds of podcasts, thousands of podcasts, blah, blah, blah. I've never heard something like that.
true.
This guy that I'm going to meet in Dubai.
Hmm.
Um, Yes. So this one podcaster he's like really has big seminars, very nice guy, amazing guy. He came up with this thing of let the medicine work
Yeah.
because he was listening to me for a long time until he realized what's happening. So we've done an interview
Mhm.
and it was amazing and very successful and blah 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 blah. And he said, "No, look, we have to meet. We have to meet face to face. We need to do a lot of this thing like in a series because I really want to learn. I'll do it as a podcast, but he wants to learn."
Yes, yes.
Yes, everyone that interview me says it's never. Like, go and just check any
Hmm.
one of the podcasts, and what we're talking about here, no one talks like that, no one explains like that, no one think
Anywhere.
like that, and they don't know. Nowhere, no one. 100%, I can tell you, billion percent. Is it easy? No. Is it effective? Yes. What's the difference? You know it's true, and in the other interviews or in other places, you feel good. I don't care what you feel.
Hmm.
I really don't care what you feel. Your feelings is your enemies. Is your enemy. Your feeling always mislead you. Always.
Yeah.
If I just want to improve your feeling, I'll give you ayahuasca or dacha or whatever it's called, all the drugs. And you will feel and you will feel
Yeah.
good. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't care about your feeling. I really don't care about your feeling. You create your own feelings.
Hmm. Hmm.
If your willingness is very low, your feelings will be very bad. If your willingness will be very high, your willingness will be very high. Are you with me?
1,000% totally with you. And it makes so much sense. Curtis said, I totally agree. Out of everything I've learned from many people, only what I've learned from you has brought results and to an unbelievable degree at that. Yes. And then Luciana said, so the next seminar will be in Dubai. And we like that idea. That sounds
I
nice.
love this idea. Yes, I love
Yeah.
this idea.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Now,
actually, it's a good idea, by the way.
it is a great idea. I have a few questions that I want to continue back on this topic with energy and so forth. But just before we go on that, we've talked.
Thank you,
Kokoyo
Anita.
had some questions. Sorry, say again.
I just say thank you, Anita. She said, so I agree 100% beyond unique. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
true, true. So we've, Kokoyo and a few different people have talked about Cape Town, getting to Cape Town. What are we talking about here? Obviously, we're talking about a 7-day seminar plus 2 extra days for some members. So 9 days total seminar, March 14th in Cape Town that you're delivering. It's you, 7 days, 12 hours a day. This on steroids with drills and process and all kinds of, it's just unbelievable. It's beyond words, indescribable. But maybe touch upon what's going to happen there because you've been, I don't even know what's been going on. You've been in a dark mode. You've been working on the what's to come and doing all kinds of things, let's just say, preparing for
You
it.
heard
So
the opening. Yes. You've heard the
I heard
opening.
the opening. I heard the opening, and just the opening is mind blowing. It gives the answers to everything. To why, how did you end up here? But maybe you can just tease on what's to come.
Okay. So you can say that willingness is the problem. People are
Hmm.
not willing.
Yeah.
But the reason they are not willing is because they're not in communication with something. When you're in
Mm.
communication with someone or something, you are willing
Yeah.
because communication is what you have.
Communication is what you have, meaning the barriers.
You don't, no, communication is what you have. I don't have a wife, I have communication with the wife. I don't have a pen, I have communication with the pen. I don't have a cell phone, I have communication with the cell phone. If I cannot find the cell phone, which means I cannot be in communication with the cell phone, I don't have the cell phone, even if even if I own it, even
Hmm.
it's owned by me, yes. So
Hmm.
even if it's owned by me, if I cannot be in communication, I don't have it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, so people are unwilling to have barriers because they are not in communications with the barriers. They are instinctively cutting the communication.
Hmm.
So the way to fix the willingness is to increase the communication.
Hmm.
And people don't understand communication at all. First of all, people think that communication is a two-way street. Nonsense. Communication is one way. If I talk, you listen, you don't communicate.
Hmm. True.
When you talk, I listen, I don't communicate.
Hmm.
So the first thing is communication is one way street. And second, there are 27 parts for communication. If you don't know all those 27 parts, you cannot communicate. You can talk, but you cannot communicate.
Yeah, and
Maybe
that's
you
the
can talk.
thing. Maybe you can talk, and so many people have communication problems in one way, shape, or form. They talk too much. Other people talk too much. They don't know how to stop them. They want to talk, but they can't. People don't hear them. They don't know how to start talking to somebody that they want to start talking to. They feel like they're not understood. They feel like they don't get things. There's so, and that's basically, if I understand correctly, is a problem with one of those 27 parts. Is that
That's correct.
correct?
100%. And then when you are not in communication, one of the things that you are unwilling to be, anything that you are not being in communication will control you. So if I don't have, if I cannot communicate with something, it can control me. Yes, it can affect me.
Yes.
Because it can communicate with me. I cannot.
Yeah, for sure. It's like if you don't have communication with the snake as you're hiking, but the snake can communicate with you, it can bite you. But if you had known
Exactly.
about it and had that communication by seeing it, you would have been able to control it.
Yes, and the one interesting things that happening that might be not be so real to people is that while you see your body as one thing, your body is composed of quite a few bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And once you
Go
start to
on.
communicate, and once you start to communicate and remove these layers of veneer, body's veneer. So imagine that you have, like you can take it, sometimes you see in a movie someone take a mask that is looking like a face. So imagine that there is something like that you put a veneer over yourself. And if you can start removing those veneers of bodies from yourself, you remove all the other bodies that you are unwilling to communicate with that got stuck to you. And all of a sudden you find you.
Whoa. That's well. Okay. So enough said on that. I mean, I am so excited. And Kokoyo asked, how do we find the barrier that needs communication?
You don't need to find the barrier that needs communication, because the interesting thing is the moment that you decide that you have freedom, the barriers will show up.
Oh, okay.
Look, it's quite amazing. If you raise your freedom, if you just decide, yes, I can. Will you step forward?
You will.
So the moment that you decide, okay, I can, I'm willing. Okay, I can. Yes, I can. Just I have the freedom. Immediately, your purpose will be, okay, so I want to do that, and immediately you will see the barrier. So you don't have to increase the barrier. It's not important if you increase the barrier, the freedom, or the purpose. Any one of those that you increase, the other two will show up.
I see.
Automatically. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about it, but it happens. I'll give an example. Okay. You have a waitress. Okay. She has a very little purpose. Her purpose is to go to work at, 10 o'clock, come back home at 5, and get a few tips.
Yeah.
Her freedom is very limited. Why? Because she have to be at 10 o'clock at work. She have to wake up at 9. She have to be nice to the customers. She have to. She has a boss. She has but the barriers that she have, it's really nothing. What does she have to do? To pay $5,000 rent, $1,000, $2,000 worth of rent, and I don't know, her full expenses is $3,000 per month. And the most difficult things that she have is a client that was not nice to her. Like this is it destroyed her life. Or a boyfriend that behaved not nicely. It's like nothing. It's nonsense. Yes, it's problem for babies. Yes, it's nothing. People make it a big thing, but it's problem for useless people. Yes, it's really nothing. Now, if this lady now decide that she realized that her mom is about to die and she loves her mom, and the only way for her to save her mom is to get another job that will do something else. So she finds this job. It's a much more responsible job. She become an executive somewhere. So now she decided, because she decided I want to help my mom, she had the purpose. Immediately she had the freedom to come up with ideas what she can do. And she spoke to this guy and and she got this job, and now she have a lot of barriers. So it's automatic. The moment that you raise any one of those things, the other two shows up. But what most people say, They say, I don't want to have barriers. I want a simple life. Let me be an effect. You know, I had a difficult day, so I need to watch Netflix.
Hmm.
Oh, I need to take care of myself. Nonsense. I need to take care of myself. It means I don't need barriers.
Mm.
You're
Yeah.
going to die. You're killing yourself.
So
Oh, I
that's
need
what I was
rest.
gonna.
No, you don't need to rest. You need to work.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna ask you. So what happens to those people, by the way, that say, "I want a simple life," you know? And there
Yeah.
are some people that are very happy that they go and they live in like a very peaceful place and they live like that, and
Yeah.
they
So see, what is the simplest life? To sit in
um
a cage where someone will to be like a vegetable. It's very simple life. You lay on a bed, someone wash you, someone turn you, they give you food, they give you. It's very simple.
uh-huh. Okay.
You're a vegetable. Yes. A
Yeah.
little bit below that, it's being in the grave. You are very simple. You don't have to do anything, and you're
Yes.
very lonely also. Yes. So
Yeah.
the simpler the life is, the more lonely you are.
Mhm. Mhm.
The worse
Yeah.
your life, because you want simple life, you will be lonely, you will be miserable, and the miserableness go down, down, down until you become a stone, and stone do not complain.
Okay,
Like
but
you
I
never heard someone from the grave complaining. Yes.
yeah, of course. But I've also really I've met people that they really either live like this already or they want to, and it seems that they're happy with it. Where they, I don't know, live on some general farm. They made some money. They grow their own food. It's like they wake up at whatever
They
time.
have areas they need to grow the food. They have problems with the um, uh, all the things that you need to do only to grow food. There's a lot of
Okay,
problem. A
okay,
farmer has much more problem than me.
okay. I suppose that's true. Fine. What about the person that's made their money and now they go and they want to just live on an island, go to the beach, wake
I'm
up in the morning.
sound
Simple life.
beautiful, sound beautiful for 3 days, and then and then they get bored, and they start to take drugs, or they find something to fight with, or someone to fight with, or they start to lose their money, and someone start to sue them. Something will happen. I
Yeah.
never seen someone doing nothing.
Mhm.
If you don't do something towards higher purpose, you do something towards lower purpose. And if you have
Mhm.
lower purpose, you have lower freedom.
Mhm.
You have
Mhm.
lower freedom. You're jailing yourself. And so you will see that you will not have much barriers. Yeah, it will be simple life. You will just consume. You'll see most people when they stop working, they die.
True, 100%. Their stats on retirement is very clear. What happens
Yeah.
with death once you retire, yeah.
So Instagram show different picture. Like you say, oh, I'm sitting on an island and I'm just say eating, sleeping. And then when you turn around and actually go and see these people, they're miserable.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Instagram is not life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instagram is a
100,000.
moment of pausing.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, it's 1/1000th of the picture. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
like you take a movie, and the movie describe 2 years of what's happening in 1 hour. You don't see anything. It's like
Mm.
nothing. It's a lie. It's a movie.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Nanita said, so true. Mayor makes time fly, talking about the seminars. 12 hours feel like a New York minute and mind blowing. Path to you. Amazing. Wow,
Thank you.
true, Anita.
Yes.
Yeah, people, there have been people in these seminars that had my brother-in-law John, who's a doctor. He studied and studied, and he said, "Look, my whole life I thought I had ADHD. My whole life I became a doctor, but I could never sit in school. I could never focus on anything. Before I came to my first seminar, I was like, how am I going to sit here for an hour, let alone 12 hours a day?" And within the first day, he's like, "I've never learned. My day ended. I couldn't stop focusing on Mayor. I left with more energy." He's like, "In all my years of learning to be a doctor, I never." Could focus and study and leave a study session with more energy than I started ever. So you're right, Anita. 12 hours flies, and it's on a different level. Absolutely. Curtis said, I have a totally new understanding of barriers, purposes, and freedoms now. I'm blown away at how simple and incredible this knowledge is. My mind is blown. Absolutely. And Ashley said, a good pep talk for a Monday. Yes, absolutely. Although it is Tuesday, Ashley. So, but yes.
Well, actually, it's actually Wednesday in South Africa.
It's actually Wednesday in South Africa. Yeah, exactly. uh, and um, and okay, so I really want to get to this before we wrap up, and because it is the topic that is also relevant to what we've spoken about, which is what does it mean when you read someone's energy? You know what I mean? Like when people say, and I know what they mean. They have this thing of like, he had really good energy. Like I just connected with his energy, or they or that person had an energy that I don't know. I couldn't. What is going on there? What does that mean?
It means one of a few things. Good energy, what they mean, is one of the following. Either they agreed with what the person said or
Hmm.
with how it looks, yes.
Yeah.
So they had a strong agreement,
Hmm.
yes. Or they just felt close to him, which means he did not put any barriers. They
Hmm.
just felt the lack of barriers. He was so willing, so the affinity will be high.
Hmm.
Yes. So
For sure, that
willingness
makes total
is a
sense.
matter of affinity. Yes. Or that the communication was so good, which means he was so willing to understand you, to listen, to duplicate you. He made you understood. He made you feel understood. Because if someone make you feel that he understand you, you'll give your arms and legs for him.
Hmm.
So one of those things happen, and because of that, they call it energy because they don't know what is the source, but they just knew that they had this nice something. This
Hmm.
nice something is called life. He gave them life because either if you give someone agreement or if you give someone affinity, which means you are totally willing, or if you give someone communication, which means you totally understood them, what you will get is life. So this energy, what they mean, someone bestowed life into you.
I can see that as, yeah. Now,
Somebody life, someone put life into you and you say, oh, it's so nice. And it can last a minute, it can last a second, it can last a year. Usually it doesn't last more than few days or months if it is really amazing, because at one point you will become unwilling and that same person will become your enemy. So you fall in love with someone because he gave you life or she gave you life, and at one point you will become unwilling and he will become disgusting
Mhm.
and he will become your husband.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, and I obviously know the difference, but what's the difference, somebody might say, between you gave them life and you gave them energy? Isn't energy life a form of energy, or isn't energy a form of life?
No, so energy is just a release of potential in the physical universe.
Hmm.
So if I give you energy, I will punch you, I will electrocute you, I will have to give particles towards you. Actually, what I'm doing with this process of giving you life is removing any resistance so you don't need energy. It is the lack of energy that create no resistance, that create no counter force, no counter intention that you feel as life. So life is the ability to really understand. If I can understand you fully, I bring life into you.
Mm. Okay. Well, that's amazing. So basically, if I were to give energy, that would be some kind of a physical release of potential, whereas life is a removing of.
Yeah, giving energy will automatically every plus create minus in this universe, automatically,
Mm,
uncontrollably. properly. So if it was energy, there will be a resistance. So there will be an argument.
Aha.
Life is actually removing of all these barriers. It's the removement of the use of energy. It's removing energy, it's dismantling energy. And what you get is this beautiful, unbelievable things that called present time,
Mm.
before time.
Wow.
At a
Wow.
moment of actually sharing space for no reason at all. And you love that person.
Yeah, for sure. And Ashley said absolutely something you'll never hear anywhere else. Powerful, yeah. And peace, joy, prosperity said, Mayor, your principles are amazing. I agree. That
Thank
that
you.
is that is incredible. And so actually, life would be removing barriers or removing resistance, right? But
Yes.
isn't the spirit that thing that creates energy, right?
The spirit is the thing that brings something out of nothing. Yes. And
Mm-hmm.
it is the source of energy. What does it mean? I can bring some physical thing into existence. How? By having something passive there. Yes. Imagine you have the phone off. Yes, your phone is off, but you can turn it on and turn it off. So it's generally passive, but you can turn it on and now it's on, and you can turn it off, it's off.
Mm-hmm.
So when the spirit bring about something out of nothing, it takes something, put it into the physical universe, and for a very short time can cause something by putting energy into it, and that will be totally fine. That will be totally fine and logical
Mm.
because it's under your control.
Yeah.
But when this thing goes out of control, the physical universe is not anymore powered by your energy. You don't give it life, but you actually get life. You get energy out of it, which is energy is actually a substitute for life.
Mm-hmm. I see. Wow.
So
Okay.
all those people that actually dealing with energy and saying that you need that energy is like it's in actually killing you.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Fantastic. That's amazing.
Energy is a substitute for life because it's physical.
Right. 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 Yeah, absolutely. So that thing that's called a life force is not really an energy being put out, or it is under
That's why
your
it's called
control.
because that's why it's called life force and not energy. Just people mixing the words. How do you know that someone doesn't know? He doesn't use the exact word.
True.
They're mixing barriers and problems and energy and life force and power and force and potential, and everything is a kind of a mishmash that they use. You want to know someone that doesn't know what he's talking about? He's using synonyms, a lot of synonyms to describe one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that knows what he's talking about use a very specific sharp one word, like a
Yes.
sniper or a shotgun. Shotgun, I don't know. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to aim, so shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
Sniper knows exactly what he's talking about. Very efficient. One bullet kill two people.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Give me a
Yeah.
month, I'll sell you $1,000 if you know the job.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So as we're nearing the end here, I do really, I don't know if we can even do this in a rapid fire way, but how do you detect fake friends, fake partners, fake people? What's that thing that you need to know so that you don't get deceived?
Unwillingness.
Okay, so it's just that. If they're unwilling, then it doesn't matter what they say, they're not the right
Your
person
friend.
for you.
They're not your friends. It's not that they're not. So one of the, I'll give you an example. I come to someone and I tell him, look, I've done something terrible. If he's unwilling to accept it, he's not my friend.
Hmm.
Why? What does it mean, a friend? A friend is a person that know that you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you.
Hmm. Yeah.
So if I come and I say to a friend, I want to do this thing, and he's resisting it because it's uncomfortable for him, he's not my friend. He's unwilling. So an
Mm.
unwilling person cannot be your friend.
Hmm. And
Cannot,
what's it?
cannot. He cannot be your friend. He cannot be trusted. He cannot be anything. He is like a stone. It's a degrees of stone. How much can you trust a stone? Will a stone stand up for you when someone talk bad
No,
about you
no, no. Of
and
course.
protect you? No, nothing.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's
Physical thing.
amazing.
There's of course degrees, yes, but it's only willingness. It is too simple, so people don't understand it, yes. But the best indication is willingness.
And,
Yes,
and
of
how?
course, reaction time and stuff like that that will help you, blah blah blah. But the best, easiest indication is willingness. Is he willing, yes or not? It doesn't mean that he even have to do it, but he's willing. So he will
I
be in
see.
communication. So he will not. You see, when a person is not willing, you talk to him and he's very nice, and you talk to him about something that actually means something, and immediately becomes someone else.
For
You
sure.
behave totally differently. So all of a sudden you see the unwillingness.
Hmm.
This is the actual person.
Yes, I
This
see.
is what you're dealing with. And
Uh-huh.
before he will handle it, my suggestion, handle it before you get close to him because he will kill you. He will
Hmm.
become your enemy. He will attack you. He will be your nightmare. So it's better first handle willingness and otherwise don't have this relationship. If you don't know how to handle the willingness of that person, don't have a relationship with him. And for you, if you are unwilling, start to handle your life.
Hmm. For sure. We've seen that even with professionals that we've wanted to work with, lawyers. You all of a sudden see lawyers that we're hiring to do contracts or whatever, and they're unwilling. You can see that with friends, of course. You can see that with potential people you want to date. And another good one for people that I actually see that hiring is a massive topic right now that people are talking about. It's always been, but hiring. That's the number one thing to check before you hire someone. And if you want to be a good hire, this is exactly what you need to look at. Are you willing?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
And you'll see that if I'm unwilling, I will choose only unwilling people.
Ah,
If I'm
so
if
people
I'm
they'll stick
hiring,
together like that. Yes.
of course, if I'm unwilling, and that's why there is when you are willing and the other person is unwilling, there's always friction.
Hmm. Hmm.
So you can have two people and they are willing in one area. Let's say something. Oh, we're willing to watch Netflix together. You need very low willingness for that. Okay, easy. Yes. Okay. But tell the one of the person is unwilling. Actually, he's not as alive, and you tell him, "Let's do that," and immediately, woo! You all of a sudden deal with someone else. It's like, what's that?
So what do you
What?
do in that moment? You all of a sudden see your close friend or husband or whatever. All of a sudden they flip on you, and you're like, "Whoa! Why are you
You,
so
you,
unwilling?"
yeah, you take them and you said, "Look, um, you explain to them the principles, and on a very very low gradient, you explain to them, look, you're becoming a different person. This is not, we need to handle that because like that it cannot work."
Hmm.
And you teach them on a gradient scale again and again and again, but it have to be on a very low gradient, and you need to be giving a lot of validations which they will feel it's nothing, but you'll give them a lot of validation, and slowly there's one person that I'm working with now. I don't know, maybe in the last 2 years, something like that. Maybe 2.5 years, something like that. That every time that I see that person, and I don't see them enough, and I don't see them almost at all, and I very seldom I see them once per week or whatever, and I don't talk to them almost at all. But when I see them, I give a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. And after about 2.5 years of giving a little bit more, they wrote back to me the other day with mwah. I say mwah, and they say mwah back. Wow.
Uh-huh.
That's
Uh-huh.
what it takes when you deal with stones. It's a lot of work to break the stone.
Hmm. I
Stones are
see.
really resistive. Yes,
Hmm.
it's really resistive, and you'll see that the lower the willingness, the more like it's very, very. difficult to create an atom explosion or nuclear explosion because the material is very unwilling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when they explode, they kill everything.
It's a great analogy. There's been a few amazing analogies in this episode that are like it really explains it so perfectly. That makes so much sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, this was really a mind blowing, life shifting, viewpoint annihilating, willingness growing episode. I think that everybody valued it highly and probably one of the most interactions we've had as well. And I think, yeah, this
Yes.
was wow. So if you got value out of this, first of all, comment below on what you loved. Comments really help us as an exchange.
Yes.
It's awesome. If you can comment below, that'll be a really, really big help. And the biggest help, share it with somebody that should see it. And if you've watched up
Yeah.
to here and you're not yet subscribed, like and subscribe. And we're going to continue
Like
putting
and
out this
subscribe.
content.
What do they need to like or subscribe? Like if they're on
Okay.
YouTube, then YouTube or
This is,
explain.
yeah.
I mean,
So, okay. So, to explain, on YouTube, you have a like button, a thumbs up button that when you press it, it tells YouTube, hey, this is a video that should be recommended. Subscribe basically is kind of like saying follow me, but on YouTube. So, you can hit the subscribe button and then you'll get notified when we put out videos. And it's also good in general for us because it promotes the channel. If you're
and for
watching
you,
on any,
because you'll get in like unbelievable information. You'll get life.
exactly. Yeah, absolutely. You'll get life. And if you're on any of the other channels, follow us, like, you know what to do with liking. If you're on Facebook, Instagram, etc., comment, you know what to do. All those things support and tell other users that this is something of value. So your help helps us and helps more people as well. So thank you for that in
Thank you.
advance. And Abba, thank you so much. This was
I love you, Baba.
beat my expectations. That never ever happens. You never beat my expectations, but today you did. So thank you.
I
Yeah.
love you. You are the best,
Love.
Baba. You're the
Mwah,
best. You're the best. Mwah, mwah,
mwah.
mwah. Love
Love you.
you.
Love you.
Love you. And I'll see you. Thank you for listening. And
Yeah.
we'll see you whenever. I'm not sure if we'll do another one next week because I'm in a dark mode. If
Yeah.
you can
We
see
will
it very
see. Yeah. Very dark. See you though in Cape Town. See you in Cape Town for everyone
yes, you
listening.
can.
March 14th. It begins.
Mwah. Bye.
Mwah.